Sup bitches, Chad Warden. I'm giving this meta-contextual update on the floor because it's the most appropriate place to be, because I've decided to embark on the starving artist phase of my career, where I am, after a long-ass time. If you've been following me long enough, you know I've been working on a little comic or something like that. It's really just a test to see if I would enjoy doing it. The answer is no. But I started it and I want to finish it because once it's done, it's going to be really cool to look at. But the story is literally nothing. It's the hardest part will be writing it because I didn't write anything down for it, and that's what you're looking at right now. Is me illustrating one of the pages. Page, I believe, 31 out of around 50. So I drew a lot of stuff just as sort of, it was improvised. I wanted to just start off with my little mascot, Space Girl, who still remains nameless. I don't know what else to call her. And fuck, I kind of don't even know what the original idea was at first. I just kind of had like some things in my head, and I was watching what could have fucking, I think I was watching a lot of like between Space Patrol Luco and I guess Cutie Honey at the time. And I was like, damn, that's bombastic. Wow, I want to be bombastic. I don't make any sense whatsoever. I want to be bombastic. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I ended up doing, deciding to end up doing. And that's what I'm doing. And that's what I'm doing. And that's what... Sorry, there's a fucking blanket. I'm like cutting off the circulation on my crotch. Okay. So, that's been the process for the last 2 years. And the reason why it's taken 2 fucking years is because in between that time, I had been drawing what I normally draw, which is what drew attention to me, which was just a lot of media trendy gooner bait shit, and it was fun while it lasted, and who knows, I might go back to it as a form of desperation when the funds get too low and I can't buy fucking shitty snacks anymore. I got real fucking sick of it. I got real tired of it. I was just not, it was cutting into like the sensation of making something and then being like, wow, I did that, it's really cool. That's like mostly mine, and everything in it is just inspired by random bullshit. That's the fun part. So that's why I'm taking this gamble on to do. If I'm less coherent than normal, it's because a few days ago I sprayed my rug with pesticides, and I none of it's fresh, but it might have taken an effect on my brain. I don't know. What was I talking about? Anyways, so yeah, that's something that I aim to complete, and that's basically cleared up my whole schedule. It does mainly, okay, the biggest reason why I had essentially ghosted any other platform like doing any more fucking doodles with titties is because Elon, once the nation of Twitter got overthrown and turned into X, it was okay because the guy who did it was like kind of silly sometimes. So I'm like, oh, you can probably just shitpost more often now and it won't be a problem. True, which did happen. But the bots he civilized the area with, he gentrified the whole website with bots that make it impossible for you to advertise my Patreon or any fucking like link that you have without it being suppressed horribly. And the method of trying to advertise it more seamlessly was getting irritating, kind of soul crushing, and it really like it was the reason I had to like change my logo into something that was like legible, and it has the Patreon thing on it. just to say the word on the drawing, so that no matter where it gets spread, at the very least, it's known that the Patreon is being advertised. People will know it exists and who it's to. But that's also what I had to put on to the fucking Patreon drawings as well. Whenever I did early access, if I've drawn anything that's like ahead of the schedule for like public viewing, I still put that on there because like I know how people are. It doesn't matter where you share it, as long as it exists, it'll like seep its way into every other corner of the world. Which is also why this comic has been shown off in bits and pieces here and there. Now, somewhere in the archive, and I might try to dredge it back up every so often, remember to show people more of it, but like there's the entire layout for how it's all sketched is complete, all the rough draft stuff, but that's because it's incomplete. It's not necessarily like an issue that's like out and about. There's no dialogue or manuscript attached to it or anything, so it's just a bunch of like scribbled ideas for the most part, which I am now starting to solidify, and that process even now is like, because I'm like effectively decompressing at this point now. I sound like a single woman in a movie who's like 24 years old and moved to New York or some shit. I'm like, I just need my artistic genius to be nuzzled into me. I need a minute. I have headaches. But no, I fucking, it's a shift in frequency where I was doing a lot of shit all over last year. At one point, I fucking was drawing shit like not comic related stuff, just in general things. I was drawing like fucking up to like 3 to 4 drawings a fucking day. And I got all the way up to being able to like make my early access shit like 40 drawings at like no fucking shit, like 40 or like 30 drawings ahead of like what I was posting regularly. And I ended up basically eating away at all of that because that that burned me out. So I just started using those whenever I was not doing anything and just like posting them, and not like, because usually what I'm supposed to do to maintain early access constantly is I have to draw something new and then post the old thing publicly, right? So that's the hot dog on the stick method. But that's the fact that I had to like start understanding, like, or organically, or rather maybe inorganically understanding marketing tactics is kind of one of the things that really killed the spirit of what I was going for. And I gotta tell you, I had a hell of a lot more spirit back in the day. As in, what I'll show right now over this, or I guess beside it, I don't know how to fucking edit it. But at one point, when I was starting off really early on, every time I would get a new, like, set of followers on Twitter, I would, like, draw one of my OCs, which is hardly an OC, it was just, like, a bunny girl who was, like, it was just an arbitrary bunny girl who would hold up the, like, a trophy, and on that trophy it says how many, like, followers I ended up getting. And, like, the gimmick was that, like, the trophy would just get bigger and bigger. And eventually, I started getting enough followers to the point that it was, like, kind of hard to keep up with each gimmick drawing, like, as it went up, because I would like do one for like 100 followers, 200 followers, 300, and then once I got to up to like a fucking 1,000, I decided, okay, I can't keep up with this. I'll just do one big grand thing, and I did, and it was just like in the form of like a mini comic, and there was like 2 of them that I did, and this was all very pivotal to like the amount of like flair and fucking gut punching like motivation I had early on, because I was working on that and working on commissions, which I did a lot of back in the day because they were relatively cheap compared to a lot of people. at the time, and back then my skill set wasn't like as good as it is now, so I was like, you know, it's cheaper because I feel like for what I can provide, it's not that good, but I can get through it quickly. So I was doing that, I was doing commissions, and I was doing regular, just run-of-the-mill drawings as much as I possibly could, like, throughout the week. And on top of that, I was doing the Cutie Saturday thing, which is what got me popular in the first place. That's what helped to expose me to a lot of different people. The hashtag Cutie Saturday thing, which I think is dead in the water for, like, since the past few fucking years or something, but, like, so that was just supposed to be, like, kind of, like, a very altogether amalgamation of just like a hard work celebration thing. And oh shit. Okay, so not only was it that, I was doing run-of-the-mill drawings, the comic, commissions, Cutie Saturday. The fifth fucking thing was Inktober, which I did digitally because I didn't have any fucking, like, traditional things with me at the time yet. But I was doing 5 fucking things within that the span of that month. So, like, it all just kind of came together at that one point, and I think I made sure to get it done by Halloween. And even to this day, I don't care how, like, cruddy it looks compared to what I can do now, or even in future tense. Like, it's so cool, just because of the spirit behind it. Like, it had soul. Which is another video idea I kind of have about talking about soul, which feels kind of stupid. I do like to ramble and yap, but I don't fucking think I want to make it that my thing. But hell, I guess I have no choice. I'm so good at it. Mention I'm on the floor. Oh, fuck! I'm not editing any of this out. So. That looking back at stuff like that, it's almost like when you look back at pictures of yourself when you're younger and you had like a haircut you liked and you're like, man, I kind of want to go back to that right now, or like you were like fitter or something. So that's what happened. I just wanted to go back to that stuff. So here we are. Here we are months later, but again, it's also just more or less a decompression thing at this point. So I was just like, okay, that's just what I'm gonna end up doing till I like fully regain what constitutes the most like comfort zone thing I could possibly do at this point of my experience. So yeah, that's about it. I can't guarantee there's like more like stuff on the fucking way that'll be like things that'll like take my attention or whatever, but like I'm gonna be like I'm gonna end up doing like that stuff, and then kind of working on specifically physical health, and then fucking trying to learn a new skill of like cosplay shit, and and try to like sew some things together so that I can like guarantee a fun time for the next few months to come, I guess. But other than that, that's pretty much the update. And fucking don't let fleas get into your room because of stray cats. It was fucked.